Hey everyone, what's up? Just gonna talk about general news in the sport of boxing because it never changes and there's nothing new ever in the sport of boxing. You know, who can we build up next? You know, what fight can we build up next? But I saw some posts. I forgot whose channel it is, but they are bringing up Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. And just like the Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford fight, I see that you still got the same people making the same assumptions, you know. These are the Al Heyman acolytes. You know, these guys, if they were signed to any other promoter, they wouldn't even care about guys like Tank or Spence, guys. It's just how these dudes operate. But it's the same thing, same special effects, same smoke and mirrors, same matchmaking. Tank is a 30-year-old prospect. Dude, I swear, man, these people amaze me, man. They really do. They're talking about Tank's skill, and he does. He has amateur pedigree. He had, what, like 260 fights? Tank does have some skill, guys. He does. And I think if he wasn't so pacified, he would have been a pretty good fighter. You know, he's a solid fighter. But he needs a certain type of matchmaking to make him look better and propped up than what he is. You know? Yeah, he's got some pop, but look who you're fighting. I was reading people that were talking about saying Tank has this jab, and it's the same thing over and over again, man, I swear. Tank is like a Canelo Alvarez. And they even move Tank like Canelo Alvarez. You know? They only put him in fights he's supposed to win. And if he tries to venture off, they know, just like Canelo, when you go off script, you're going to get beat. Or they're going to have to rob the opponent or something. You know, they're already weight training guys. You're just like Canelo. You don't really have a set weight class. You understand? You jump through all this weight. You know, Canelo was about to fight, what's his name, at 100, what was it, light heavyweight? But it was going to be at a catch weight or something with a rehydration clause. You know, Tank, it's no different. You're a man who don't really have a weight class. So they have you feasting on Reggie belts, you know? But you have guys moving up, you know? You have guys that we ain't never heard of, and they're magically on top of a sanctioning body list. A top fighter, typically, they're just the Ocampo treatment. Nobody knew Ocampo. Ocampo never fought in the United States. Ocampo never fought a top 20 opponent. Isaac Cruz, you know, go look at his resume. There's nothing really great there. You went tooth and nail with Isaac Cruz. A cherry pick almost gone wrong. You had to claim, just like, what was my dude's name? Caleb Plant and so many others. Blame a broken hand for a bad performance against a cherry pick that you're supposed to, you know, be showcased against. Same smoke and mirrors, guys. Same sleight of hand, cheap parlor trick. You're a protected fighter. Like I said, these people that believe, you obviously don't pay attention to the details. The biggest schism that happened between him and Floyd Mayweather is that Floyd actually wanted him to fight Lomachenko when he was like 23 or however young he was. Now Tank is closer to 30. He's still being treated as a 30-year-old prospect. But these people were trying to tell Floyd that they're trying to get Tank hurt. You know, they're trying to destroy his career. You're trying to set him up. Some of you still have your videos on this when this was going down, you know. Oh, Floyd's just jealous. Floyd can never let anybody shine or whatever else. Those videos are still on YouTube, guys. And you trying to tell me that this guy ain't just like Errol Spence. You guys think there's going to be a different result when you're created by the same promoter, by the same organization. I'm telling you right now, Tank, again, he gives up too many rounds like Canelo. Canelo's a good, solid fighter, you know. But again, I think a lot of it's hype. You understand? You don't fight opponents on even playing fields. And we've said this so many times before. On a consistent top 10 pound for pound, Canelo is the most affected on an even playing field. Even more so affected than guys like Lomachenko. Basically anybody on that list. You know? He can't beat guys on an even playing field. He's got to always have some type of handicap or something going on. Even going as far as let these dudes not train, he'll tell them last minute, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I finally made my opponent selection. You know, they don't even get a full 8 weeks. He's done some crazy stuff to handicap opponents. But Tank, it's the same thing. You know? You don't have an established weight class. And again, you can look good with certain fighters, but you're not beating no Shakur Stevenson. I'm sorry, you're not doing it. You're not as skilled. You've been pampered. You're more so pampered that you don't even have to concentrate and take your career serious. Look at your personal life. That's a fighter who doesn't take his career serious. That's a fighter that has too much time on his hands, even though he's one of the most active PBC fighters. But because of the competition that they're supplying you, your attention is elsewhere. You don't have to focus so much on the guy in front of you. They've been throwing Chris Colbert's name out, and there's a reason they want him to fight Chris Colbert. It's a safe little fight, you know? Doing the more milk cow thing. You got lucky with Ryan Garcia. We've talked about that in the past. Al Heyman's best numbers are always when he works with other promoters. It's that simple. It cannot be denied, guys. It is the absolute truth that you cannot mess with. Al Heyman in house fights, they don't make that much. They give you a big number. Although it's not big, they'll tell you that 250,000 pay-per-view buys is a new 1 million. But that's Al Heyman's standard. Wow, some ducks are flying over me right now, right as we're talking about this. Or there could be some Canadian geese. Ah, they're heading south. But, hey, you know, they're in formation too, so we're over here talking about Tank Davis. But yeah, he's a duck. They ain't ready for no real threat. They're not. They like their milk cow system. They try to tell you that a milk cow is a cash cow. And then they give you these nonsense matchups. And I'm surprised people are still falling for this stuff. Shakur, though, he will expose Tank just like how Bud exposed Errol Spence. Tank does have power. He's got a little bit better pedigree than Errol Spence, though. I do give him that. He's a little bit more well-rounded, but at the same token, you've been munching on low-hanging fruit for so long now. And then again, you're out here doing dumb stuff in your personal life. You know, that's just a kid who has too much time on his hands and his job is easy. He gets to sit there and just milk the clock, literally and figuratively. Telling you guys, go ahead, put your faith in Tank. You'll find out soon enough. You'll see what happens. We've been telling you he's Broner 2.0. You know, Broner started to believe in his own hype. You know, Al Heyman and them, they know what's going on. They do. The matchmaker knows what they're doing. They know what their fighter can handle and what their fighter can't handle. And they'll sit here and duck and try to age people out, do politics, PR. Oh, that's not a big money fight. But Esau Cruz was. You don't want to fight Shakur. You don't want to fight Devin Haney. Why is that? You want to fight Chris Colbert, though. That's a money fight, correct? Just like Ugas, Sean Porter, and Danny Garcia. Those were money fights, right? Crawford fight didn't make business sense, and they try to do the same thing to guys like Devin Haney and Shakur. That tells you all that you need to know about Tank Davis, guys. Now, Wilder versus AJ. AJ, he started very early, and I give AJ a lot of credit. He's like the heavyweight black Oscar De La Hoya. He fights everybody. You know, Oscar did fight people in their prime, though, but AJ, for the most part, he's fought the best the most highly rated, you know, even in wins and, you know, and losses, he's still a huge money maker, just like Oscar. You got to give AJ his credit. Heavyweights, you know, that's a division where one punch can definitely decide a fight, more so in any other weight class in boxing. So yeah, Deontay Wilder definitely has a good chance. AJ, we saw how he's been fighting more conservative and things like that, you know, and people don't understand, this man has miles on him, man. And he's been fighting some pretty tough guys from the beginning. He was not like a Deontay Wilder, who, just like Gervonta Tank Davis and Spence, you know, they only put him in fights that he was supposed to win. AJ's over here, he's always challenged himself, you know, and he's always fought the best no matter what. However you guys want to cut it, I'm sorry. But he's got way more miles on him. He can still win this fight, but Wilder does have the equalizer. And AJ is robotic. He's going to have to keep his high guard up. I don't think he needs to worry too much about Deontay Wilder's body punching, things like that. Plus, Deontay Wilder, he has a Happy Gilmore type delivery. You understand? When he throws that right hand. Just like Happy Gilmore, he can like jump and hop into that thing. And it's got a lot of force and power. He's a big guy. He's 6'7", real slender, you know. Has a big upper body, but his legs, it's kind of crazy. Even with those little spaghetti legs, he's able to still generate that power. But, you know, it is what it is. That fight can go either way. I can't. That's not a fight I'm going to invest myself too much in. You're going to have the people that said it should have happened a while ago. Well, it's still one of the best fights to be made in boxing. If it is pay-per-view, I'll definitely buy it and watch it because it's going to be a spectacular fight. You know you're going to get fireworks and a good show. And now we go back to Terrence Crawford versus Spence. You know, I see that his fan base, they're slowly reviving. These people are the walking dead, literally and figuratively. These dudes have managed to convince themselves, distort reality, construct an alternate reality to now they feel confident enough to start beating their chest again. That's all fine and dandy, guys. Errol Spence, that's a very disillusioned man. I know Errol Spence right now is getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? He may be doing something else. You know, he might be on some Oxycontin. In Mike Tyson interview, he admitted that he was taking the opiates and crap like that. And you can see that. People are talking about, you know, the car wreck and everything else. I think it's been his appetite that's really done him in more than anything else. And the man's a delusional man. He really is, guys. When you look at that fight on closer inspection, our fight commentaries on Odyssey, if you guys want to check that out. But this man was trying to talk crap to Crawford in the 4th round, ended up taking a beating. He still thought he was in the fight, guys. It's just a very delusional man, always has been. That in itself is going to get him clipped because he still has not learned the reality of the situation yet. We've already told you as well, you guys are going to be focused just on the gap in fight 1. You understand? You're going to try to better make your timing more effective and things like that. You know, I gave Errol Spence too much credit, you know, because I saw this versus Ugas. He straightened his left hand more, and he hit it better against Ugas. Yeah, he did the overextending haymakers that he throws, and he goes off balance and everything. But when he was disciplined in that fight, he actually kept his left close to his chin, and he threw it from up top in a straight line. You know, a simple point A to point B type punch. He didn't even do that versus Crawford. So I gave your dude more credit. I remember you guys are like, oh, you're biased in your film studies and blah, blah, blah. No, now you guys see why I did my film studies the way I did them. You guys understand it today. But, you know, he didn't even do that. No lateral movement, guys. They think it's just a matter of timing. You understand? And listen, I'm trying to tell you, Crawford didn't even unveil the straight left, the devastating lead left. When he gets very confident and comfortable, when he starts throwing that, that lead left, go watch the Hank Lundy fight. You'll see what I'm talking about. He barely went to the lead left. When he did, it was a pretty damaging punch, you know, but he didn't even unveil the full lead left on Errol Spence. He didn't even unveil the full body work on Errol Spence. He only landed 18 body shots. And when he did land, they were highly effective body blows. You know what I'm saying? And he only unveiled the uppercut at certain times. Only landed a number of uppercuts in that fight too. You know what I'm saying? The man literally just got away with beating you off a jab and out-timing you. Like, you know, Monty Brown and all these other clowns still not ride and die for Errol Spence, man. You guys, if you really cared about Errol Spence, I would literally tell this dude, don't take the rematch. There's no point. You've already got beat in a one-sided beatdown. And that beating pretty much covered 2 fights already. You know what I'm saying? And you're, instead of like taking care of yourself and crap, what do? Just like the Sean Porter fight. You know what I'm saying? He was drunk immediately after that Sean Porter fight, walking out of the stadium in LA. They caught him. But you're already out of the country. And again, I know you're drinking. I know you're probably doing all kinds of stuff, smoking, eating. Man, you're not ready for this fight. All that punishment you took. You know, right now you got a little Band-Aid on the wound right now, but I'm telling you, as soon as you step in that ring, that Band-Aid's gonna come off and it's just gonna be a gaping wound. You know, the scab's gonna fall off and it's just gonna start pouring blood again, you know. But listen, he wants his paycheck. I'm not mad at him. You know, you and your fans are bracing yourself just like the Wilder fans talking about our king has returned. We're coming back for blood. You guys said the same thing for Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, man. And I'm telling you, Terrence Crawford a little more devastating puncher than Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, he was like Mayweather back. He was very boring. He barely threw punches. Crawford, he's a different beast altogether, guys. This time, I don't think he's going to play around. You know, I don't think he's going to have the mercy. I don't think he's going to showboat. He gave you all that for fight 1. Fight 2, it's going to be pure business. And I know he's going to get Spence out of there and hurt him quick. You know what I'm saying? Time to collect another check, you know. But this time, we ain't putting in overtime. That was just a slow roasting. You know, that was a, I'll do this for fun type stuff. I'll carve your man for fun. You understand? Some Tony Montana stuff. And I'm telling you, he was playing with Spence. He was playing with him. Like I said, he barely unveiled his arsenal on Errol Spence. He didn't have to unveil much, you know. And this dude's already in Spain. And again, I know he's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You don't go to Spain just to, you know, look at the countryside and think that's not what you go to Spain for. You know, a trip like Italy or something, yeah, you know, you go look at all the architecture, the rotunda and all that stuff. That's cool. But in Spain, you go to get down, dude. I'm telling you that right now. And we know how Errol Spence does it. This man is not ready, guys. This man's not ready. But if he so wishes, you know, he's going to find out the hard way again. So, get his money, I guess. That's good. But this is really a waste of everyone's time. The Jaron in his boots fights, again, I see the Spence fans. You're trying to talk crap and act like Errol Spence is going to come back and actually beat Bud. But you guys are saying that Bud's sucking Jaron in his boots. When this man, you know, has basically a rematch in the contract with Errol Spence. I just see that you guys are always going to be bitter and hard of heart. Like I said in one of my last videos, you just can't fix stupid. And like I said, even when something crazy is unveiled to people, they're just going to continue in their in their ways, man. In their ways. Pharaoh did the same thing versus Moses. You know, you would think if you saw 2 columns of water open up, you know, you're like, okay, this is a grand opportunity for us to get them. You know, and they go into the Red Sea, and of course, we all know what happens. But this is the type of mindset that you guys are in right now. What you think's going to happen is not going to happen, guys. You know, and this time it may spell doom, you know. you ain't even considering the first 10 plagues of this situation. You know, it's still not enough for you to maybe, you know, change your ways and think different. But now you guys are gonna go down, you know what I'm saying? And when that water closes in on you guys, you know, just don't say that nobody told you about it. We will talk to you guys later. Come out with some more videos.